here with Ken's. We got a brand new show, and I can't wait till you hear this thing. Let's get inside and check it all out. This is a Malibu wake boat. It's insane. It's a 2014. If you remember last month, we did a 2013 model, and this gentleman, right after we finished that, bought another one. They have two of these coming their way. This is the first one we've got it done. All Rockford Fosgate. I'm sure you've seen the cutaway now. The marine speakers, that's kind of a common. In the boat world, it's Rockford Fosgate and JL are pretty much ruling the roost these days. They have the biggest power. Now, what we did last time is we did T112s. If you look those up, or your Google Fest, those are 800 watt to 1500 watt subs. We did this time is we did T2s. It's the best Rockford subwoofer made. Just to give you an idea, I'll give you a demo before I give you some details. Check this out. And you do notice I'm controlling every bit of the sound through my phone. Everything is Bluetooth controlled through Rockford Fosgate Marine products. But let me just tell you, man, we went into here and we've got these seats where you can pull these out. Check this out. Move this here. And I do mean not one, not two, not three, but 4 batteries to keep this thing powered up. We put in a battery charging system down here. And as you look right here, we've got T212, and I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of this giant cavern of amplifiers we did, because there's not one, not two, not three, but 4 amplifiers, 5,000 watts of power. My men rewired this entire deal. So we have dedicated 500 watts of power just for the folks that are in the water. Now listen, we kind of did Bluetooth control here. We got another woofer there because that's where they have the only sub was down there, the people that built the boat, and we ripped all that out and did the good stuff. We got our boys down at Central Georgia Golf Car to rhino line these, so they match all of the trim and the control in here, but they'll also still take weather, like water and stuff like that, and not get it messed up. Now, let me give you one more demo, just to give you an idea. Check this out right here. This is what it'll do with the big boy bass. You know, I could sit here in this boat in my garage all day long. That's how good this thing sounds. Rockford Fosgate, huge home run. And I got to tell you, my guys, their talent, this is how it's done, folks. Awesome. All right, now, Chevrolet trucks, we do a ton of Chevrolet Silverados. This one is extremely special because when we get to do a system where you kind of let my guys get in there and invent, not reinvent, but invent what sounds best for you. This gentleman plays a lot of different music. We were just laughing at his phone I was using to play his sound because it was anywhere from R&B to rap, and there was a little Dolly Parton as well, which I'm not doing a demo with Dolly Parton. But this is Alpine's new 927. This is AM, FM, CD, DVD, and navigation. So what you can do is anything you want. It's got the built-in nav, as you see here, is coming up now, and it has the hard drive built in. You don't have to use disk anymore for you folks that have used to the old way it does. But you see, that's our whole map system. It's very simple. It shows you where gas stations are, shows you where ATM machines are, shows you where all your traffic is, which I think is really nice. But more importantly is it has a really good color, and it's a 3-dimensional map that shows the lay of the land. So in case you get lost, you kind of know where you are if you are me. Now, this is AM, FM, CD, DVD, but it also has Pandora. It also has satellite radio. It also has a built-in equalizer. It has a 200-watt amp built in for folks that don't want to do an extra amp. But let's just say you do want to do an extra amp. This is how it's done. This is all JL audio, and it uses JL 8W7s. Now, that's important to you folks out there. That is a woofer that's about this big around and about that deep. It holds 1,000 watts out of an 8-inch. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway. You need to hear. This is insane. It don't matter if you like music. I mean, that is incredible sound quality. I don't even know if it can duplicate through or do it justice by playing with this microphone, but it is crazy. Now, you're seeing a cutaway of the doors right now. They look stock. The doors look stock, and we put JL's C3 components. That's their mid-grade components. They're only like $400 for the tweed, the mid, and the crossover. They hold gobs of power, as you can tell. The rear doors, the same three C3s again. And see, the coolest thing about the C3s, I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of that right now, is the C3s can be mounted as a component set where the tweeter is separated, Or as you're seeing, I'm sure you're seeing a photo right now, they can be mounted as a coax in case you don't want to have to cut a place for the tweeter. This factory Chevrolet came with a spot where you could put tweeters up into the pillars, but in a lot of applications like the rear of this, the tweeter's mounted on top like a coax, but it still plays like a component, which is better sound quality. 2 JL Slash amplifiers, got a 600 and a 300, got 1,000 watts of power bridge, and it is incredible. We ran all the cables, and I'm sure you saw the cutaway of the box. It's nice that JL makes their own W7 grill, so when folks get in there with their feet, they don't kick a hole in your nice subwoofers, you know? Now, another thing this radio has is backup camera. Check this out. The backup cameras have the pylons, which I love. This shows me I haven't hit anything, I'm fixing to hit anything, I got to call my insurance company. So the way this is you see all the traffic. Look at the detail behind us. That is insane how much detail that gives. And these cameras are going to range anywhere from $199 to $349. But really, I don't even know how you can put a price on not tearing up your vehicle. It's a blessing if you get one of these screens put in there to do this. We have a thing right now where when you buy the head unit that has the DVD built in, we package it with the built-in with the backup camera for $199, and of course the installation is free. So when you come in here, keep in mind this is what we call a full meal deal. This is the way it's supposed to be done. Factory steering wheel controls still work. Everything about it stays in the factory look with all the cool doodads of a modern technology. Bluetooth audio, iPod, XM, Pandora, and the prices are right. All these subwoofers, not 8W7s, but subwoofers are anywhere from like $79 and up right now. Amplifiers like $149 and up right now, and we have huge bass packages right now because in the summer folks are like, man, I'm ready to take a road trip. I got to get my music on. So get inside. We've got demo vehicles in both stores. This particular gentleman really let it rip. I love it. All right, this is Pioneer's new AM/FM CD. We talk about this a lot. It's on special, but this is our 36th birthday. I'm sure you've been seeing that kind of come up on the screen, but it's super cool. We've been serving Middle Georgia for 36 years, and I guess you get the gift is the right word. This is AM/FM CD. As you see, it's got a mini jack, so that means I can plug my phone into it, and I can play my music from my phone, you know, and I have control of it. I can still use it here. I got full control here, but a lot of people really want to just be able to use their Pandora or whatever they want to put on it. So listen to the sound quality. Insane. That is incredible. Now let me tell you what you're listening to. AM/FM CD that's on sale for $89. The 6.5-inch three-way speakers that complement this radio and also gives you free installation is only $100 for a pair. So for $189, you have a sound system with 200 watts and a remote control, and guess what else it's got? A detachable face, because guess what? They want it more than you do. We know that because they're not paying for it. Now, if you go down to this one here, this is the same as this, but it has the USB, so you can put a thumb drive in, which is really nice, and it has a nicer equalizer, and it has subwoofer control built in. And listen, this is normally $149, as you can see, but it's on sale for $129. So go into the Macon and the Warner Robins location, and you know, like I said, most of us have our music on our phone, so just bring your phone in, we'll take our cord, we'll plug that bad boy right in, and then you can just kind of do your own little demo of what you want, right? It kind of makes sure you get what you want. Another thing you don't realize about us is we install, unless it's custom, we do every installation for free. We've never charged, we're never gonna charge. So check that out. Best prices and service and free installation. You gotta get it. All right, mixers, let me tell you, we are dealers, which means we are awarded as a dealer for PV, for Yamaha, and for Behringer. We have all three brands in stock. Now, starting at the bottom, just kind of if you want to do entry level for gigs or for churches, this is the 6-channel USB PV mixer, which is phenomenal. Let me tell you, the build quality for something that's only $129 will blow your mind. Now, we match any and all prices in the .com world at our Ken's Pro Sound Music Store. So get on there, do all your Googling, and just bring it in and hand it to Gary and Richie and let them, basically you get it now and don't have to wait. And guess what else you get? And that is service. We are a warranty station for all the brands that we carry, which means if there's a problem, there's no problem. Now, just carrying around to the other end of the spectrum, this is Presonus and this is Behringer. They are the best digital mixers that your money can buy. They have the same idea, and what that means is I go in, I tune your church or I tune your gig, and you can preset that so if somebody ever comes in and messes it up, guess what? One button, bada bing, bada bang, you're right back in action. Another thing these guys have is a parametric equalizer to give you over 30 bands of equalization, and you can actually EQ your mains, your monitors, all separate, even your subwoofer separate on the channels. The Behringer also has two different versions. They have a campus edition that they do, and then basically you can get a 16 channel that can be upgraded to 32, or you can get the full 32 like you see here. And what's cool about these guys is that you got to hear this, their distortion rating at max is less than 1%, and that equates to absolutely perfection in sound. You have seen us as we've done many shows. These digital mixers are starting to fall into play a lot, and that's because 3 years ago everybody didn't know how to operate them, and more importantly, they were $10,000. Now they're anywhere from $19.99 to $29.99, and they have a 3-year warranty. So get into what I call Mixer Alley in the Ken's Pro Sound Music Store. Just see Richie and Gary, and they will help you choose your budget. But more importantly, choose you something that will last. All right, now we do a lot of power amplifiers. It does not matter where you're putting it. You got to have juice. I tell folks, always get twice as much as you think you need, because the reserve power is what we're talking about. Yes, volume matters, but believe it or not, the lower the amplifier can be played, even at high volume, if that makes sense on the gain side, it's cleaner for you techies. You're all going right, and for you other people are going, huh? Now, in the PV world, we do PV and Yamaha. They are phenomenal. These new PV 900s are going to be in the $350 ballpark. They are 600 watts RMS. But let me tell you, this monster right here, it's got a little bit of grunt to it. Now PV's come out with their IPR. It's the second division of what they've done with IPR, and this thing is like, we open up the box to make sure there's stuff in them. They're fully digital amplifiers, so they have all the BAM of the traditional amplifiers, but without all of the backache from trying to carry it from gig to gig. These are going to start anywhere from $400 and up. And then Yamaha. Boy, I love Yamaha. They've done so well. This is their new P series. They come anywhere from 2,500, 3,500, and 5,000 series. Anywhere from 600 watts all the way up to about 3,500 watts. And they're bridgeable. I love it that they have clip protection built into them. A 2-year warranty right out of the gate. And if you're not rack mounting, the coolest thing about it is these are removable now. The rack mounts are, keeps it cool. All of them are fan cooled, and I got to tell you, they're utterly bulletproof. So from anywhere from 400 to 600 bucks, you can get as much power as you could possibly need. Awesome. Sony has a 2014 line of televisions. I've been talking to you about the W series. W is 1 notch below XBR, but definitely 3 notches above everything else in the field. You have to be a Sony authorized warranty station to carry it, which we are. From Atlanta to Savannah, we're the only warranty station for Sony, which is kind of cool. Now, check this out. This is their newest LED. It's a 70-inch, and what's so cool is they've expanded the base, as you can see, and these feet can move in and out depending on if your furniture isn't big enough to support the TV, but it just needs support for the weight. I think that's a cool idea too. Now, check this out. These new smart panels from these guys, they have this new interactive menu, which I think is the best I've ever seen. Look at the slew of, if that's the word for it, of apps. You've got Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. And a lot of folks say, look, I'm not going to use that. But if you've got Wi-Fi in your house, why would you not want to subscribe to Netflix for all of about $8 a month, and you can watch 100 movies a day if you choose to? It's amazing. Amazon, I particularly like Amazon because the movie quality is better as far as picture quality. It's got sports, it's got everything in the world. But check this out. It's even got a music file now, and Sony has its own music station built in, kind of like their version of iTunes, if you will. And all of the top hits will all come up, and you can choose what genre you like and stuff. It automatically will connect to your Wi-Fi. Now check this out. One more over. This is the album. This allows me to connect my smart device, like my phone or stuff, and throw all my pictures up there and start like a slideshow, which I think is super cool. And then you got the movie section. And the movie section is basically all the newest movies that are out there, and it kind of directly connects you with Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu. And you kind of just have your kind of your baker's dozen always up there of the newest and the best that's out there. And then let's go back to the good stuff. The picture. Look at this picture. Not just because it's a Corvette, but this is incredible. This is a 480 hertz refresh, 480 hertz motion flow, has 7 inputs built into it, has USB for you techies out there, and it has pretty decent sounding. The new sound bars are as low as $250 and up, so you may want to consider that when you come into the Macon or the Warner Robins store. Let them let you hear the difference in TV sound and soundbar sound, because it's drastic and it's not such a big expense. Now, I want to fin you right down to here. This is Sony's Curve TV. This is a 14 model. I have 2 of these left that we're going to sell super duper cheap. Huge discounts. They originally came out at $5,000, and before you start panicking, they are not $5,000. They are less than half of that at this point for the last 2 that I have. And let me tell you, they have the speakers on the front, which gives you a lot better sound quality, as you can see here, because there's an array of speakers that are in here. And you can probably tell, if you look at this TV even through the camera, the brightness is incredible because the curvature matches the curvature of our eye. So when you come into the Macon or the Warner Robins location, come and look at the new 70W, that's 2014, and the new S900 series, which is the Curve. These things are absolutely bad to the bone. All right, now another thing you got to keep in mind is so many folks will go onto Sony's website, go to the .com side of Sony, and they'll see these prices, for now, ship now, and all that. Well, we have gotten to be so blessed as a Sony dealer that they now allow us to match their prices. So when you go onto the website and you see their 50-inch for $9.99, the coolest thing about that is you don't have to order on the internet and wait 3 or 4 days to get it. You can come right here. We go to Sony.com. Their price is your price. All right, now Klipsch speakers, we love Klipsch. We carry Sony, we carry Yamaha, we carry a company called Snap AV, but Klipsch seems to always rise to the top. 50 years they've been in business. And listen, a lot of times we have the option of having speakers sitting out, but a lot of folks just don't want this, hanging on their wall or sitting on a cabinet or something and all that wire hanging out. And some folks, this fits perfectly in their furniture and it works out great. However, if you can go from this to having this look where it flushes in the wall, it can be painted to match, which is really nice. They make 4 or 5 different levels. They start at about $100, but the sound quality, you gotta hear this. Here's my demo for you. You hear people clapping, moves all around. Is that crazy? That's just one small scene. It's not like it's crazy action. It's Spider-Man, but there's a parade. And that's what you want, because guess what? A lot of us say we don't want surround sound, but we want good sound, and this does that as well. One of my demo rooms at our Macon location, it just has 4 speakers flush mounted in a woofer. It's not even surround sound, and it sounds incredible. Now, let's say you're saying, hey, I don't want those on my wall, I don't mess up my artwork. Check this out. This is a with and without the grill, of course, so no, it doesn't have to have all that cone right there. It covers just like the one to its left, and they come in 6.5 and 8-inch sizes, ranging anywhere from 100 watts all the way up to 500 watts. When you come into the stores, come in and do a demo and see which one best suits your pocketbook, which I know that's important. We know the warranty suits you, that's a lifetime, and we've got crews to come out and do the custom installation for you. So get in here and check them out, bring you music, bring you movie, bring whatever it takes, but make sure you bring the family, because everybody's like, wow. All right, we do a lot of homes, a lot of conference rooms, a lot of TVs over fireplaces, a lot of small TVs over coffee tables, behind mirrors. We get to do a lot of screens, a lot of projectors, a lot of surround sound, a lot of good sound, a lot of wireless sound. But the coolest thing about that is, even from a pre-wire stage, when it's brand new construction, we get to come in and run all the cables, or if it's from a retro stage where your house is already built and we're just making do with what you have without doing any damage and it all being nice and clean. And what's cool is we have a passion that is untouchable. And I've done this my entire life. It's all I know. My father has taught me everything that I know, and I've just educated myself as I went along because I love what we do. We're a 3rd generation of Joneses coming in now, and their passion to get into it, which you see my son on the show. And I put all that in your face. It's not a sales pitch. It's kind of a thank you, but it just lets you know that if it can be done, we can do it. All right, now that the new construction world has kicked back off again, which is really nice, we are now doing pre-wires in homes again. Justin, tell me where we're at here.
We are out here in Dublin. We have the benefit of doing a pre-wire, which explains this massive support that we have here. We can support a 55, 70, even an 80 screen up here on this fireplace. We have a soundbar going in, a true home theater soundbar. We're gonna have rear fill.
Very big difference in soundbars, because there's soundbars that are just for better hearing, and then there's soundbars that are for surround sound. So we have actual speaker wires that'll cover 3 speakers, because the soundbar is truly like a left, a center, and a right. So what we have here is Cat 6.
Correct, for our full smart control for our smart TV.
Right, so we can do Netflix and Amazon and Pandora and all that stuff, and then of course good old faithful HDMI, because everything is HDMI these days, right? So with this, the guys are in here. We're also doing 2 speakers in the rear. You're probably seeing the cutaway now. We're flushing them in the ceiling, and we're doing the clips that'll turn because they're so far on the outskirts, right? So we'll be able to do that. Now you're programming a remote control, and we're locating the product where.
All the equipment's going to go back here in the closet, which is irrelevant because of our remote control working off a radio frequency. So they see no wires at all. It's going to be a big, beautiful TV up here. I'm excited for the finished product.
It's going to be really nice because product's back there. He programs the remote control, and it's amazing when he's done, because you don't have to have the whole line of sight, hold your tongue just right. It's just a completed project. Now, you're also seeing the cutaway of the upstairs. We're doing a kid's room upstairs, kind of like a little game room area for them. And of course, we're doing security.
Of course.
Security cameras are important, folks. I cannot tell you. So this is just the kind of the appetizer of where this house is going. But I wanted you to see where my son and his teams are going here. This is how you do it when you're building a house. You've got such an effort to save yourself so much headache and so much money in later days. Awesome. All right, over at Cross Point Community Church in Dublin on Hillcrest, let me tell you what you guys have. Okay, their vision is to connect others with God. It's an amazing thing. You need to go to their website and check it out. But let me tell you, when I came in here, I hope you're seeing a cutaway of a picture I could find. This was like an electrical contractor's building. This right here. They built all this from the ground up, and I am so very thankful and blessed to be a part of their world. Now, Pastor Mike, they really got together, and they really have a young group of folks. So that doesn't mean you're not allowed if you're too young or too old. It just means that the way they're thinking is to bring technology into their worship to make their worship more valuable to all, if that makes sense. Now, let's get to the good stuff. I love this. We did not one, not two, not three, four Sony 60-inch LEDs, and we did everything through a 1080p HDMI. And what that means to you techies out there is it's all Apple controlled from the top. So with this, because this church is super wide and not super long, we had to spread things out. That's why we have the TVs mounted from the ceiling so we could kind of position them, and everybody has kind of the best seat in the house, if you will. Now, PV speakers, of course, 3,500 watts of power. Now, what that means to you is, I will give you a demo right now. Son, let's hear how this sounds. Crazy. Just the clarity, feel it. That is insane good sound. Two subwoofers that are hidden in the walls make a huge difference on the bass side. Now in the mic system, we did all new wireless mics. Everything's just right top notch. And right now you're seeing a cutaway of their breakaway up here in the top where the crow's nest is. Full on power, full control, because they have Roland digital V drums. You know, they have bass, they have electric, they have keyboard, they have everything that's going to take for a praise group to do what a praise group does. And with that, you have to have a lot of control. So up top, you're seeing the mixer. I'm going to break away now and let Justin explain how the mixer works. It's awesome. All right, up here at Cross Point, of course, in their sound booth, this is where the magic happens, if that's a proper word. Son, tell us what you've done here.
Right here we have an iMac. We have Pro Presenter, the newest version of Pro Presenter.
Which is Pro Presenter 5, right? 5.0.
It is, absolutely. It's super cool because you can see what you're doing. You can see what's going on at the screens up there. We can still interchange and add inserts, and we can tell Pastor that he's being too loud or too quiet, or he's just going over and we're ready to eat. Down here, we have all these sliders. These are our lights. This is what makes the ambiance so cool. We can make them kind of bring it blue and make it kind of a soft feeling. We can bring it red and just kind of get everybody excited for the praise team who is jamming down there.
And that's Chavez Stage Designer 4. They make a Designer 50, a 24, 40, all different types, but it all depends on the church. So when they come out to design, which is what he does, he kind of makes sure that you buy enough as you expand and grow as well. Right now, let's get to...
Now we have the absolute Mac Daddy board. This is the Studio Live 24.4 that has 10 auxiliaries, has 24 channels. It has the fat channel in it, so every single channel has a full 16-band EQ built in.
Amazing.
It is incredible. You don't even have to do the EQ. The board sounds amazing by itself.
This allows
really
for presets as well, right? So you can kind of preset everybody and get everybody locked and loaded, so if somebody does get up here and goof around, we can put it back where it was best. It's got a crossover, equalizer, and you said, and of course, what I keep saying about Personas is the clarity. It's like no hiss.
It really is amazing.
It is amazing what these guys. Now we're a very big Personas and Behringer digital mixer dealer, so when you come in, you can come in. But in the end, unless you just know everything, then you have to get the guy that knows everything to tune it, because when he tunes it, it sounds like that.
Hey, my name is Michael Kennedy. I serve as a senior pastor at Cross Point Community Church in Dublin, Georgia. And we'd love to have you come join us one Sunday morning at 10:45 for our worship service, and our small groups meet at 9:30. When we first got ready to move into a new building, we knew that one of the things we wanted to do was make sure that our sound and lighting was top quality, and that led us to Ken's, and they did an amazing job of sitting down with us, finding out exactly what we needed and what we wanted, and they offered suggestions, and we walked through that process. So I would encourage anybody, if you're looking, you need sound for your church or lighting or anything like that, call Ken's, call Michael, and he'd love to work with you, and he did a phenomenal job with us.
All right, in the security camera world, we do tons and tons of these because there's no such thing as too much in the camera world, because you got to see what's going on, especially when you have grounds like this. And this grounds right here is hundreds of acres, but the main entrance, like you can see right here, as the car's coming in, you see how she turns, right? And then you'll see on the next camera view, you can see her pull down the street. So the idea is I can zoom in, I can zoom out. But this camera, as you see, is in black and white. Now the reason that is, and I'm going to show you a cutaway in a second and the reason they're so detailed is, these are tag cameras. These tag cameras can see up to 100 feet away, and they can see in pitch black, and they are made to see your your tag only. So all it sees is the tag, so that way we know when that van pulled through, we know exactly what their tag number was as well. This is a really great setup because it kind of keeps things nice and simple. Now, we've got it where we can view down where there's a playground. Check this out. Look at how long this view is. This from here to this area right here, y'all, is at least 250 yards from here to there. And we've got a varifocal lens that pulls in from a camera called 700 series. It's really, really nice. Now, and you see this, look at this. This is an aisleway that goes up into a bunch of houses on the property back in here because there's only one way in and one way out. So, of course, they need to keep that. With this new EverFocus, this is their new 16 channel, it has a 2 terabyte hard drive built into this particular one. Now, the idea behind this is, even though we're using a grid, right now we're doing a grid with 3 cameras, it'll do 16 cameras, and it will record anywhere from 40 to 50 days of information before it erases the first day. And it's got a DVD drive. I can drop a disc in here, and it allows me to dump that into a file to give to the popos so you can prosecute. It's a great thing, and it's also for safety stand. We do a lot of daycares and nurseries with these as well. But let me tell you, again, look at the view, look how perfect, over 700 lines of resolution, and it starts anywhere from about $16.99 for our packages on up to the stuff like this with tag cameras. But the coolest thing is we'll come out and do the bid for you. Now, I'm going to take you outside and show you what these things are mounted. It is amazing how they kind of blend with the building. The ones that need to be seen can be seen. The ones that don't. All right, now outside, as you see, like that camera was put up there just to blend in. It's just showing a view that most folks don't need to know anything about. But now if you look up here, up at the top right here, those cameras are made to be known that you're being watched. The bigger one is the one that is viewing all tags that come through this campus. So it has the vehicle, and then it has the tag, and bada bing, if you're the bad guy, you're caught. This stuff is awesome, and listen to this. 1, 2, and 3-year warranty plans, which means it's all turnkey from us. We come in and take care of it, and if there's ever an issue, we come back and take care of it. I love it, and again, estimates are free. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you letting us do the things that we do. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Cross Point Community Church. Amazing. I mean, it's definitely my favorite we've done so far, and I probably said that before, but I really am serious this time. The Chevrolet Silverado was as good as I've ever seen. 8-inch woofers that have that kind of bass totally blows my mind. And what it is when you let us get in there and do the custom thing, because a lot of folks will go on Google.com and get all Googled up and think they have all this knowledge, and it's fine to get that as an education, but fact is, the guys that work in the 3 stores that we have, they are pros, and they are here to make sure that your money is spent very wisely without going overboard, but without going, is underboard a right word? I don't know. Now the boat, my goodness, the boat, that's part 2 to that boat. That was 5,000 to 6,000 watts of power bridge. Definitely the best boat I've ever heard in my life. And then you got to get real when it comes down to custom. Okay, let's get back to that. When it comes to custom, those security cameras we did, that's incredible. Tag cameras, you got the cameras that blend, you got the cameras that don't blend. The idea is you can't have too much security, and the fact that it's affordable is everything. And the fact that we service it, period. We're the only folks with service after the sale. You can check all you want, you can shop till you drop. The fact is, this is what we do, and we know this is how we're here to serve you, if that's the best stuttering way for me to get to that point. I'm gonna leave you with Romans 12:17, and what it says basically is don't pay back evil with evil. What that means is it's so easy for somebody to get you angry, but it's what you do with that anger. You can either reflect God or not. I thank you for everything you let us do for you. Come see us at Ken's in Macon.
Service what we